What's up, YouTube? I'm Super Dan the Shoe Man. I'm back with another video today. We have another video that I'm recording today in our series of Jesus is God being explained through different verses in Mark. This is based off of a video and several videos and talks that I've seen from Wes Huff, who says that the Bible was written for us, but not to us. So there's a lot we need to understand about life 2,000 years ago to be able to understand more about really what God is saying. Not so much that we need to understand, not needing so much context just to be able to understand the gospel and the good news that Jesus has saved us from our sins, but to understand all these small details. I got this shoe to unbox today. This is a really big box because it's 2 pairs of shoes that got here incredibly quickly. We'll talk more about that in just a second. Before we go any further, this is the word from our sponsor, Jesus is God. We're on to Mark chapter 4, and this is verse 38. But Jesus was asleep on the cushion, and this is in a boat, and they woke him and said to him, "Teacher, do you not care that we're about to die?" And Jesus got up, and he sternly rebuked the wind and said to the sea, "Hush, be still." And the wind died down as if it had grown weary, and there was at once a great and perfect peaceful calm. And Jesus said to them, "Why are you afraid? Do you not have faith and confidence in me?" And they were filled with fear and said to each other, "Who is this man that even the wind and sea obey him?" One thing to understand about the Old Testament and all of the people around him, or many of the people around him, especially his disciples, especially like I mentioned in several other videos. I'll link the first video in this series up here. That was the boneless couch $29 throne finds video. But the people of those times, especially the people who were Jewish, knew a whole lot about Jewish history. They were very familiar with the Old Testament, and there are
well, hello.
No, we're very familiar with the Old Testament. They would have been very familiar with all of this. Psalms 89:9. This is talking about God. You rule the raging sea, and when its waves mount up, you still them. Okay, come on. Yay. When its waves mount up, you still them. Psalm 93, verse 3 and 4. O Lord on high is mightier than the noise of many waters. Yea, than the mighty waves. No, don't touch that. The mighty waves of the sea. Isaiah 51:5. For I, the Lord your God, who stirs up the sea so that it has waves, roar the Lord of hosts in his name. He stirs up the sea and makes the waves so he can stop them too. Proverbs 82:9. When he assigned to the sea its limit so that the water would not transgress his command. He's saying, and this is another verse of God saying that he controls all of the water. Exodus 14, verse 21. This is where God parts the Red Sea through Moses, or Moses does it with God. All this stuff that says God is the person who controls the seas. And when you just think about this logically, who else, even if you don't believe in God, but who else can just speak to a sea and have it stop? It's got to be an all-knowing, all-powerful creator. Pause this. Let's get back in the show. All right, we're back. So one more, not quite so direct, but yet still pretty clear indication. It's not just Jesus saying that he is God. He is saying that he's God, but he's also saying that he's God while he demonstrates it. And that event is written about by more than one person. So much information in there, so much that Wes Huff points out to just make a much more logical argument to Jesus being God, Jesus saying that he's God, and actually being that he's God. All right, we're going to get into this shoe. So this is a shoe that dropped several weeks ago. You're probably not going to see this video for a while either, but it dropped several weeks ago. It had a whole bunch of hype, and supposedly, like most shoes like this, similar to this, there was a whole bunch of backdooring that supposedly happened. So very few people, like lay people, like those such as myself, just normal old people who collect shoes or want shoes or just wanted this shoe, was able to get it for retail. And aftermarket, I believe, was up close to $1,000. What are you doing?
Okay.
Oh, I believe aftermarket was up close to $1,000. I don't think anybody should be paying $1,000 for a pair of sneakers. I've never paid anything like that. But I managed to get these for a retail price. And this big box that's all very securely taped, that came from a really long way away. You can guess what these might be. I don't need to say it, but for situations like this where I would gladly have paid Nike for these, even myself, these are for a friend, but I would gladly have paid Nike for these myself to wear them too, although I didn't really want them. But my buddy who wanted these bad enough to do this, and not bad enough to spend $1,000 a pair on them, would also gladly pay Nike. Had Nike given him the opportunity to pay them the money, he would gladly hand it over $150. Probably would have gladly handed over $200 for these. But unfortunately, due to hype and all the other circumstances with this release, he didn't have the opportunity to pay Nike or anybody else that would have directly paid. So here they are. We're going to take a look at these. One thing that is difficult frequently when it comes to this kind of shoe, and where I got these, is it's difficult to get big sizes. But this source seems to be able to get them for me pretty accurately, pretty consistently. This box is packed really tight to make sure it wasn't oversized. But this is supposed to be a size 13. It says USA 13 on it. This is supposed to be a size 10.5. We're looking good. Let's get this one out first, because this is really the one that I care about. Being the right size. We got a mess all over the table. Oh, we got to start talking. First, start talking about the box. We got, this is typical for a Travis Scott Cactus Jack collab. You see, we also have the fragment design there. Do we have one that's right side up? We've also got fragment design. We got the Air Jordan wings. We got the sicko mode face, Cactus Jack, and another fragment. What do you call this? Logo right here. I do have that pair of fragments, the original fragments. I think those are the original fragment Travis's, which also came from a place like this. Because again, I wasn't lucky enough to get those at retail, and I wasn't going to pay $1,500. I think those might have gotten up to for it. Otherwise, we get this box that looks like a fine box. I actually want to check one thing really quick. So let's get another Jordan 1 Low box, and this is the Jordan 1 Low Retro Low OG white dark powder blue, and this is about the right size. This box seems like it's a little bit bigger, right? Mm-hmm. Maybe just a little bit, but it's a bigger size. This box is incredibly small for a 10.5, and this is 11. So that's something to say about that. But we don't really care too much about the box when we're doing this. This is a cream off-white color. We got the pink paper that's also so frequently happening here. We get the extra pairs of laces. Let's just get the shoe out.
Whoa.
Oh, you like these?
I don't know. It's too much white.
Yeah, I don't really like these. They're a little bit plain. I wouldn't have bought these for myself, but this is a huge size. So we're definitely good that this is not just a size 11 that's marked as a size 13. Yeah, this is probably really a 13. So again, shout out to my source, able to get these for me and get them to me quick. I think they got here in just a couple of days. But let's look at the shoe. Let's see how this one is done. The toe box is really good. This is really nice buttery leather. Generally, from what I can tell, this leather that I get like this is pretty good, but maybe not exactly the best quality that the original would have. But we get an extra thick and an extra large tumbled good leather swoosh on the outside. On the medial side, one thing I do like about this leather, more so on this swoosh than the other pieces of this color leather, but it's kind of pink there on the side cut, you see it? And the rest of it isn't. The rest of it's just brown, you just see the leather. But this one's painted pink. So I do like that. We get Cactus Jack in the sicko mode on the back. We get this typical style code, whatever this is here, tooling code on the midsole. We get black laces in it, blue, cream, sail, and pink. I'm going to see if my buddy doesn't want these pink laces. I get to keep those because I do like the Travis pink laces. We get a pink insole. It says Nike Air on it. That's just, what's the bad one? Ortholite. It's just normal Ortholite that's glued down pretty hard. I don't know what this is. Just an extra little piece of a lace tied around the lace there. Everything looks pretty normal on this. kind of what we'd expect. We get the Fragment logo on the back of the right shoe, which is the only difference. Yeah, the only difference in this shoe and the rest, and the left shoe. Definitely smells a little gluey.
Yeah.
That's about all you smell in this, which is all good. Did it choke you up?
No.
Nothing else down here in this box. Looking good though. This is just another solid, expected. Like, this is what I expect from this. It's like probably a 9 out of 10 as far as materials go. Everything else is just fine. Let's make sure that this is looking similar. Everything else is the same here. This looks very small.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it looks more small because of the box, but should just be, yeah, okay. We got a size 10, 10 and a half. It's got all the laces here too. Everything's the same. Smells exactly the same too. So this is the Jordan 1 Low OG Travis Scott Fragment, whatever blue this is. Let's see what it says here. This is Sail Military Blue Black. Again, like Peyton said, it's a lot of white. It's very plain, but then again, that means it's pretty wearable. But for me, it means I've got some other white shoes with a little bit of blue on them. I just wore my military blue 4s the other day for the first time in a while. Fragments are similar, just to me, have a little bit better color, but still nearly as wearable. White with a little bit of blue. I got white Jordan 3s there. We got white Jordan 11 Legends. I put my older pair up there the other day. My new pair is there, and I think I have another pair in a box somewhere. So I got plenty of light colored with just a little bit of blue shoes, and 2 more pair of Jordan 1 Lows. I got this one. What did I say this was? What color? Powder blue. And I think 1, maybe 2 more pairs of Jordan 1 Lows in boxes over here too. So I definitely didn't need these, but was happy to help out my buddy, get him this pair, and they're looking good. For what we get here, we get to pay retail whenever we want and get something that we gladly would have paid Nike retail for. They just made it. They and the market made it to where I couldn't do that. It was impossible for me to do that, no matter how hard I tried, because I tried. So this is the alternative, and it looks good to me. Nothing wrong with this. Wearing this on foot all day long. I know that my buddy's going to do that. So thanks for giving me the opportunity to get these for you and make the video and bring the word from Mark chapter 4 that Jesus is God, where he says and demonstrates that he is God. So tell your grandma about Mark chapter 4. Tell your grandma about the Travis Fragment Low. Smash the like button. Comment down below what you think about this, and what you think about Jesus is God in Mark chapter 4 and those several verses in the Old Testament. Smash the like button. I'll see you next time.
You're so pretty.
Say bye.
Choose.
Shoes. And I like shoes.
Fire! It's so cute. Wow.
What's that?
Jordan 3 Black Cement.